Hey guys, this is JSer. How's everything going? In this video, let's take a look at another Facebook front-end engineer interview question. Say, if you're building a search tool and want a search result to pop up as you typed, but the server call was taxing, write a function that gets called on every key down, but calls the server when the user stops typing for 200 milliseconds. Well, what kind of this problem is? Is this system design or not? Right? This is actually a simple JavaScript question. Is that we are specifically asked to write a function that gets called on every key down, but calls the server when the user stop typing for 200 milliseconds. There's no DOM thing. There's no CSS thing. So it's just a JavaScript. So let's write that function. Well, to write this function, the logic we're going to implement is actually the debounce, right? So actually we're going to implement a debounced event handler, right? Yeah, let's first create an input to see what happens. Like this is ID equals search box, right? So what if is there multiple one? Yeah, I think it's beyond the scope. Let's just try the ID. Okay, and then const l input equals document query selector. What is it? Search. Okay, the event listener would be add event listener key down. Actually, the key, because we're gonna search input, maybe the user will be using other method like copy and paste. So there's the key down might not be triggered at all. So I prefer we use input event. Okay, console log on input key down, right? Okay, let's see input. Okay, so we need to delay it, right? So rather than we put all the logic into a single function, I would say we create a debounce function which will accept a function and then to do, right? But this is the event E. The event actually, okay, event. I'll say the handler, create the handler to event this, maybe, yeah, this. Do you need this? I think we don't need this. Personally, we just use the event. The event listener is add to input, so event current target. So, okay, call the server API, right? And then show the what is it? Tool search result. Show the search results. Well, it will be just something called Axios. Could you use Axios? If not, we just use fetch. Okay, fetch something. Some domain. Okay, my.com. Okay, just say facebook.com. Let's just suppose it's search and the query, right? We need to get the current target, the value, fetch query equals this, and then what this is response, then it should be okay, res JSON, something like this, and then show layer, right? Show search layer. So this is the original input, original handler. Let's just try to mock this with okay. Wait a minute. Okay. This query const query result. Let's use a promise to mock the result. Okay, so it should return a promise. Return a new promise. Resolve, and then I'll set timeout. Say 1 second later, resolve some list. Let's say A, B, and C. Okay, so actually we stopped using fetch, but it just used the curve result. And then this is result, console log, result. Great, so this is the non-debounced version. Let's try. Yeah. Cool. So this is the basic solution. Let's just add some debounce, right? We are asked that we only call the API after 200 milliseconds, right? Stop typing. Okay, so that gives us this debounce. Actually, we need to return a function. The function might for debounce actually it's a general function. So this keyword we shouldn't use the arrow here. We use args. We use a normal function, and then debounce function will get this and args and pass it down to func. Okay, so when we get to the function, we don't call it right away, right? We set a timeout, time to call it. So yeah, wait. When debounced function is called, two cases. One, timer to run priv function is okay. Within to run previous function, then what we do, we cancel it, create a new timer. If not, what we do, if not the timer, we just create a new timer, right? So this is it. So we need to hold the timer actually, let timer. Okay, when this function is called, what we do, we actually clear the timer, right? Window clear timeout, timer, and timer equals set timeout. The delay is delay. Let's say it's defaults to 400. No, 100. Set timeout. We will call. Okay, the function is here. We delay it, so we could use arrow here actually. The func will be applied, but the function here is already is arrow, so I change it to function. A function actually this keyword is set to the current target, right? Anyway, for the general debounce function, we will call function apply this. For arrow function, this will be this to this function. So yeah, it's pretty good. No problem. Apply this and args, right? And then This will be set to delay. And that's it. This is a general debounce function. This is a general query function, and we handler. So when we're adding our handler with query result, and then here, say constant debounce handler equals, oh, not debounce, yeah, debounce handler, right? This is it. We call the debounce handler, and that's it. Let's try. Okay, so wait a minute. We should. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, we just clear the timeout and create a new timer. This oh yeah. God. Return the function when the function is called. I'm sorry. The timer should be put out of this function. This is use closure here. When it's called, it will update the timer, which will be accessed through all the calls, right? Okay, this is right. One. And then one. Something wrong. We add administrator to debounce handler, so the debounce handler, debounce function, 100. I'm sorry, we should set it to full minus 100. Okay. Dun. Yeah, right. Dun. Cool. So actually, there's another problem. If the debounced, okay, so when the time is up, we trigger this function, right? We trigger it, but we call query result before the response come in. The user might type a new one, right? So we actually have two requests. Even we use debounce, there will actually be two requests in the server. So based on the network problem, there will be a racing problem actually, right? Even the next call is triggered later than the previous one, but later the first API call might feed us with this response in a slower situation. For that, we got to run, right? We got to run display, right? It means when suppose we got input, first we input A, and then request gone, and then we request AB, and AB have faster response, and then the result for A got later, and then it will be overridden by the A. So we searched AB, but we got the result which from A. So actually we need to handle that. How would we handle that? For the debounce, actually, it doesn't know anything, right? It just call the function. So really, the handling should be on the query result itself. The one solution is that to avoid a racing problem, one solution is to pass in cancelToken or a board controller or something to abort ongoing API call, right? So the promise thing, fetch request, as we said here, the fetch something, blah blah blah, and then it's never will be canceled. So add cancelToken. Another simple way to do it is to set the query in the result and ignore unmatched result. Which one? I think the first one is more elegant, but let's just implement the second one because this actually is based on the lower level APIs like Axios. We use Axios. We can passing cancelToken. We use XML HTTP request. We could abort, but for fetch we cannot abort directly. We use a abort controller. Anyway, I'll try to implement this one. So the trick is very simple actually. We return the list and the keyword, which is keyword. We search result. We will call the the current target value, right? We call it, so the keyword query result. This is keyword, and then we return the keyword actually. The query result, we return the keyword, and then we need to update the when we query. When we do the query, we need to actually keep a global query, right? Current, or we just compare with the we just compare with the value. So here we say if result keyword equals current target value, or the L input actually. There is no needs for the element also. Yeah, if we get this, okay, we could avoid the racing problem, right? This is to avoid racing problem. Okay, so this is the case. Use cancelToken or use the keyword check. So could we do better of this? Well, I think we can. Maybe not. Yeah, debounce is good. If you're asked to implement a better debounce, please search my channel. There's another video focusing on the debounce and throttle with both the leading and trailing options. So it's much more complicated than this one. This is just the simplest form of debounce, right? Actually, it's much more complicated than this. Actually, if you're interested, please search on it. So this is all for this video. Hope it helps. See you next time. Bye bye.